Hey friends, welcome to 2021. Welcome to January. And this is your essential yoga practice for January. And this is about vision, and it's about being in alignment with your goals for the year. And if you have hung out with me for a while, you know how important I feel that having a word for your year is. And it sort of acts to me sort of a map for your year. It's something that you can come back to time and time again throughout the year, and just to make sure that you're on the right path. And so we use this word or intention to look at where do we want to be? How do we want to show up in the world? And it's not so much that we have a goal. I think goals are great. I often think that goals are set in the beginning of the year, and then within a matter of months, those goals are either met or they have been forgotten about. And so I think I like the idea of a theme better for your year, which I love to choose one word as sort of my theme. And the way that I have taught this before is that this becomes the thread that is woven throughout your tapestry of your year, which I just love that idea, that if we look at our life and we have this one beautiful, beautiful thread that is woven into our tapestry. So we're going to talk today about specific essential oils that are great at helping us find clarity, helping us vision on maybe where we want to take our year. And this is a fresh start. This is a brand new page of a new chapter. And I want to teach you about these oils. We have 7 oils today to go through. And so if you need any of these oils, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to share with them, to share my oils with you, for you to have the full experience of this class. And people think, oh, it's just oils. But when we come into this practice called essential yoga, this method that has been developed and tried and true, and it's amazing how aroma can influence our emotions. And so give yourself this time to come into practice with a little bit of deliberate, a little bit of action, and saying, I'm gonna embody this whole experience and not just take what you have. And try to reach out to me if you don't have these oils. So you're going to need today juniper berry, which we'll talk about each oil as we go through the practice. But you're going to need juniper berry. You're also going to need lemon, lavender, peppermint, which are 3 amazing oils to have in your arsenal anyway, for a variety of reasons. Combination of those 3 together is amazing for anybody who's struggling with seasonal stuff. So excellent trio to have. You'll need Roman chamomile, sandalwood, and a blend called In Tune, which is it's a great blend. It comes pre-diluted in a roller bottle that's easy to apply. So it's going to come available right under your nose. So if you need this, I will sample this to you in a roller bottle form so that you can apply it right to your body as we need that. So as we always do when you come to the mat with me or the chair, I'm going to turn my camera off because I feel like the interference of me gets in the way of figuring out you and what you feel and what you have to say in your own internal dialogue, which is really important that we learn to listen, because this is your vision. It's your year. And I'm just opening a door for you, and I'm welcoming you into this journey. And the most important thing I want you to feel as we enter into this practice in this month at the beginning of this year is to breathe in the potential of something amazing, because I think we're there. And even though 2020, we had a lot of hope in the beginning of the year that starting a new decade was going to be something amazing. And I think that it was in many ways. So 2020 is behind us now. It's time to vision ahead. And so let's go ahead and get comfortable on our mat. And I would like for you to find child's pose to start. Have your oils nearby. I'm going to turn my camera off. Perfect. And so having your oils nearby is ideal. And if you have a diffuser, making sure that you have juniper berry going in your diffuser is perfect. If you don't have a diffuser, you can simply breathe it out of the bottle. So the essential oils and the blends that I chose for today's workshop were really chosen to focus our perceptions and our visions for the coming year. The oils create this aromatic and therapeutic support both on a physical and an emotional level. And by bringing these two beautiful things together and incorporating essential oils into our practice, we can use this opportunity to go within and ask ourselves, through our yoga practice and through our practice off the mat, are we aligned with our life path? We will open the breath up. We will open the body, the mind, and get a little bit more clear on the next steps for our practice and our life this year. So go ahead and settle into child's pose. If your forehead's not touching the mat, go ahead and stack your fists so that you have something for your forehead to rest upon. I like to use a block here, or just stack my fists one on top of the other and connect that third eye, that place between your brow. Let it have a pressure point here. And it's really important, as this is our center of intuition. It's our center of knowing and seeing without using our physical eyes to see. I asked you to start out with juniper berry, this beautiful, sweet, wonderful oil. This one is a powerful physical essential oil. This one is excellent for sort of moving lymphatic system around, kind of cleaning out the sludge that builds in our body. This one is incredibly detoxifying and can cleanse the tissues. So it's great for some of our core organs and the toxins that have perhaps built up over the last few months or year. This one is wonderful for soothing our digestive system and providing sort of a warmth in the body. This one opens up our lungs and our respiratory system to take in that full breath. Let's go ahead and take a little breath of that and then come back to child's pose. So just smell that. Emotionally, juniper berry is a unique oil. It's often referred to as the oil of the night. And this one can help evoke sort of a feeling of peacefulness and an awareness within ourselves. This one is wonderful at helping us to sort of break out of some of the stagnation that happens. Remember that physical sludge can turn into emotional sludge. And this one helps us to open up to life, where when we're in the sludge, we tend to hold back. We tend to feel as though we can't move. And so juniper berry is a great oil emotionally for reminding us that we can open up to life. This one brings about a little bit of confidence, and I picked it today just to welcome us into the practice by helping us to let go of any residual toxins and to open up to the flow of our life. So take a moment here just to let all of that soak in. And then start to creep your fingers out a little bit further in front. So unstack your fists if they're stacked. Move the block aside if you're using a block. It's okay if your forehead doesn't touch something right now. Just reach the fingers out as far as you can until you want to find that the palm of your hand is lifting off of the mat and you're just pressing in to the fingertips. You should feel some space through the side body, underneath the armpit here. And then begin to creep your hands over to the right and get a side bend. Keep pushing into the finger pads, letting the palms be off the mat here. Lengthens the muscles along the arms, the forearms, the triceps. And then you'll walk your hands over to the left side. We start to feel that opening through the right side. And then we'll come back to center. Palms will find the mat and we'll start to roll up to all fours. Nice. So make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. This is called our tabletop position, and it's just a nice sort of grounded, Great to have your eyes closed kind of pose. You're close to the ground. You just can feel the fingers spread wide. The belly starts to draw slightly in, but not constricting the breath here. Then we're going to sink our hips back down towards our heels. And then rise back up to all fours on your inhale. We're going to go really slow here. And then you'll exhale, child's pose. Try to find that fullness of your breath. And you'll inhale back up to tabletop. And exhale to child's pose. We're going to change it up here. You'll inhale up to all fours. When you exhale, you're going to sink back towards child's pose, but just on your right heel. Slide your hips over towards your left heel as you inhale, rolling forward towards your left shoulder. And then when you exhale, move to right shoulder and sink back to right heel. So we're creating this oval. You'll inhale, slide to left, up to left, exhaling over to the right shoulder and continuing the exhale back to the right heel. So we're stirring up the energy here. Keep going just like that. Maybe start to get the head involved, rolling the head around. But you can feel we're already beginning this idea of flow and opening. Okay? So we're going to open and flow. You'll take about 3 more this direction. I like to have my eyes closed here. And just circling the body. Beautiful. Just stirring it up. Wherever you're at, go ahead and take a pause and reverse your direction. Slide over to the right, up to the right. On your exhale to the left, back to the left heel. Perfect. And just feel your body start to be in touch with your breath. Beautiful. Take about 4 more. Letting your breath stay smooth and without a hitch. Like it's just moving from inhale to exhale. It's just this beautiful, wonderful, easy breath. Nice. And then come back to all fours. Beautiful. Now walk your hands towards your knees and sit back, hips to heels, but bring your torso upright. It's called hero's pose. It's excellent for knee joint. It's not so great if you've had a knee replacement. So if this doesn't work in your body, just have a seat on the mat. We'll only be here for a moment or two. If you have your lemon essential oil nearby, it's great to put in water. If you have a non-plastic container, like a glass jar or a stainless steel bottle, you can add a drop or 2. If you don't have water nearby or that particular type of vessel, go ahead and just smell the lemon. And lemon is such an amazingly bright, detoxifying, cleansing, focusing oil. This one's great for, again, digestive stuff. So it's wonderful to kind of get things going. It's a cleaner outer. It's great for focus. It's great for, again, cleaning those internal organs that are so important. And it's great for reducing some of the congestion that builds up in our nose at times. So it's thinning of those mucousy stuff. So it's wonderful to have on hand. It's great internally. It's also great to diffuse. And I chose this one just to help lighten our mental load as we come into our practice. So take a few whiffs of that. And this one also helps us to clear some self-judgment and restore some confidence. So I wanted to pick this one to help us open up the body to cleanse from within, including our thoughts. And once you have that lemon, beautiful, bright smell of a lemon burst, go ahead and come back to all fours and then make your way into downward facing dog, that upside down V shape. Beautiful. And if you feel pressure in your wrists here, it's really nice to kind of bend your knees a little bit and shift the weight back towards your heels, but don't change your hands and feet here. We should have a nice wide stance. And it's not important that the heels touch the mat. It's more important that the heart is going towards the thighs, the eyes are at your belly, and that there's this sort of equanimity in the pose. We're not drilling into our feet, we're not drilling into our hands. We feel almost a comfort of balance here. And equanimity is such a beautiful vision for how we want to show up in life. It means that we're equal in our effort and our ease. And so we're going to play with just that a little bit today. And when we think about this off the mat, are we putting in enough effort to match the amount of ease that our life has? Maybe we're in a season where we have more ease and more effort. And either way is fine, as long as we're okay with it. Begin to shift your eyes up to the top of your mat. And begin to walk your feet until they get to the top, and you'll be in a forward fold. Sometimes what we experience on the mat is a great indicator of where we are in life. And so if our practice is really forceful and we find that our actions off the mat are very passive, we can ask ourselves, am I in balance here? Am I living off the mat the same as I am on the mat? Am I being in alignment off the mat and on the mat? And so as we come into this first forward fold today, I want you to think about your practice on the mat. And are you in alignment with non-harming of the body? Do you say nice things about yourself? Is your mind ahead of the game? Are you thinking future? Are you able to come into breath and into present? And then off the mat, do we have those same principles? And that's sort of that vision of alignment, both on the mat and off the mat. Go ahead and slide your hands to your shins, and you'll start to bring your body up halfway. Eyes can stay closed here. And then when you exhale, deepen your fold, which means you probably have to bend your knees. And then come up halfway again, and then fold again. And we'll do that one more time. Perfect. And when you're in the forward fold, heel and toe your feet out wider than your hips, maybe even to the edges of your mat. We're going to start to bend the left knee a lot. This forces the right leg to become straighter, and we start to feel this sensation through our right leg. And then rotate your heart to the right and begin to take your right arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay really slow for the first initial part through this sequence so that we can start to feel. And that's one of the most beautiful gifts we can give ourselves off the mat, is to slow down enough to where we really experience each moment as we go through life. Instead of always seeking the next thing, we can really slow down and pull ourselves back into feeling. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. And then begin to lower your right hand, and you're going to shift the weight into the right leg and start to bend the right knee. And this naturally wants to straighten the left leg. And then the heart turns to the left as the left arm reaches up towards the sky. And we feel. We'll get to a point in this sequence where we're moving with our breath, but it's really delicious to just slow down and feel for a moment or two. Take a breath in, and then lower the left hand. Slide your hands to your shins, maybe rise up halfway, and then fold really deep, really deep. Let go. Keep your arms dangling and your head dangling, and begin to rebuild the spine up to stand. We haven't been upright yet. Go slow. When you get to the very top, you will exhale, open mouth. Take your arms up to the sky and look up. Yes, tip the nose up. And then when you exhale, come all the way back down, forward fold. Shift the weight to your left leg, bend your left knee, inhale, right arm goes high, slow breath here. And then when you exhale, right hand lowers, shift the weight to the right leg, bend the right knee, inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, come up halfway, beautiful. Exhale, fold, extra deep, extra long breath out. Don't rush this. Arms and head dangle. You'll inhale and roll the spine up slow as you can. Get to the very top and an open mouth. Exhale as the shoulders fall. Inhale, arms go high, nose goes up, chin goes up. It's a long breath. And then exhale, fold. Bend your left knee. Inhale, right arm goes high. Do you feel it? Exhale, fold. Bend right knee. Inhale, left arm goes high. Exhale, close it up. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold. You got one more time through. Inhale as slow as you can. As slow as you can. Get to the very top. Open mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, arms go high. Nose goes up. Exhale, fold. Stay in the fold here. Walk your feet in just a little bit. Perfect. Now bend your knees and lower your bum like you're sitting in a chair. Bring your arms up by your ears. If that hurts your back, keep your arms at heart center, even down by your side. But this is chair pose. It's a powerful one. And so I like to take my eyes down to my toes, and that helps protect my neck. If you have a pretty healthy neck and it feels okay, you can maybe even look up just a little bit. It's totally dependent on you, but shift your weight into your heels and lift your toes. So we're gonna stay here, and I'm gonna offer just a little bit of movement here in this very powerful pose. Maybe start to just bounce the hips ever so softly, kind of pulsing, dropping the hips, kind of finding some rhythm here. We're gonna pulse 5 more. 4, 3, 2, sink really low. Inhale, stand tall, look up, arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, you'll breathe, and you'll fold on your exhale. Bend your knees, find that chair pose. Inhale, and pulse for 5, 4. Building a little bit of heat here. 2 more. Last one. Big breath in, rise tall, look up, and forward fold. Nice, take a halfway lift, and a fold. And now we're gonna find that chair pose and stay steady. So pick where your arms like to be, either by the ears, hands at heart center, arms down by your side, but find your version of chair pose. Weight of your body goes into your heels so that your toes lift, and close your eyes. Find your breath here. It's a powerful pose. I like to start the practice sometimes with this pose of intention. It's a powerful pose, and it reminds us of the strength that we have within us. And it offers us a chance to be still. And when we're still, we can tap into perhaps that direction for our year, that what lies before us, the vision of what we want to create. And are we in alignment? Are our actions on the mat in alignment with that vision? Drop an inch and rise up. Let's move, look up. Beautiful, and forward fold. You're going to step your right foot back. The left knee will bend. We're going to stay low here, but keep your right knee off the mat. But we're going to stay with our hands low. It's called a low lunge. So the left knee is bent a lot. And then stay with your right hand on the mat. Turn towards your bent left knee and let your left arm go high. It's called dragonfly. It's a beautiful opening. See if your heart can roll up towards the ceiling. You'll take a breath in, and then you'll close your left hand. Bring your arms up with your torso, finding that traditional crescent lunge. Beautiful. First time through the sequence, we're going to go slow, kind of organizing the body, getting in touch with where we are in space and what we feel. So the arms are up by the ears. We're pushing into the right heel with a bent left knee. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. And then lower your back foot and open your arms lengthwise along your mat. You're looking at your left hand, left knee stays bent. It's called Warrior Two. Flip your left palm. Nice. Bring your left hand high to the sky. You'll breathe. Reverse your warrior. And then windmill your arms all the way back to the mat, framing your left foot. And step your right foot to meet your left in a fold. We're going to put all of this together into a sequence. Come up halfway. Then fold really deep. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Have a seat in that chair. You'll breathe in. When you exhale, drop an inch. Nice. When you inhale, drive your body tall. Look up. Big breath. When you exhale, forward fold. This time the left foot steps back. Left hand stays. On your inhale, right arm goes to the sky. We find that dragonfly opening. And then when we exhale, right hand returns to the mat. You'll inhale to crescent lunge. Get organized. Settle on your exhale. Take a breath in. Lower your back foot. Open your arms up to that long side of your mat. Look at your right hand. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach it up and over. Exhale, cartwheel back to the mat. Frame your right foot. Left foot steps forward and you fold. Let's try it again. Take a halfway lift and a fold. Have a seat in the chair. Inhale. Drop an inch on your exhale. Drive your body tall. Breathe. Look up. Come right back down and fold. Right foot steps back. Get settled in. Turn to the left. Lift your left arm. Close it. Return it to the mat. Find your crescent lunge. You'll breathe. Lower your back foot. Breathe out. Warrior Two. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Windmill back to the mat. Breathe out. Step forward and breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Have a seat in the chair. Breathe in. Settle. Drop an inch. Breathe out. Breathe in and reach high to the sky. Stand tall. Look up. Exhale. Forward. Fold. Left foot leads the way. You'll step it back. Turn to the right knee. Lift your right arm. It's that dragonfly. And then we return the right hand to the mat. And when we're ready, we come up to a crescent lunge. And then right away, we lower the back foot, open up the arms to Warrior Two. And then moving right to the next, we reverse the warrior. And then we cartwheel our arms back to the mat. And our feet come together and we fold. Take it one more time on your own. This is where you start to connect to yourself and listen to the language your body speaks. If you're not sure of the sequence, your body knows what to do. Just move. You'll come to that chair. We've been here. You'll settle, and then you'll get tall, and then you'll fold. And the right foot steps back, and you open up into that dragonfly twist. Eventually making your way back to crescent lunge with the arms high, and then opening up to Warrior Two. Reversing your warrior, coming back to the mat. We find this rhythm of up and down, in and out, open and close. And you'll do it again, leading with the left leg. And as you wake your way back to the top of your mat, following the left side, stay in the forward fold and breathe. Our next essential oil that we're gonna come to, when you get there, and there's no rush, just listen as I guide you through Roman chamomile, this beautiful, sweet, therapeutic, super calming oil. When you get to your forward folds, go ahead and grab Roman chamomile and then begin to rise up and just stand at the top of your mat holding your Roman chamomile. Close your eyes for a moment and catch your breath. Roman chamomile is such a great oil for lymphatic, circulation, digestive, endocrine, all of the systems of the body. This one really is a good one to have in your home. This one is also a great choice for healthy immune function. This one can help occasional sleeplessness, sort of that racing mind, even when we're irritable. This is a great oil for children and babies. But let's talk about the emotional side. Go ahead and take a little dab of it and rub it underneath your nose and then on your third eye space, your forehead space. This is the oil of spiritual purpose, they say, and it helps us to discover sort of our life's purpose and to find meaning in our lives. And regardless of the season that we're in, whether we're a young mom or maybe we haven't yet started that season of our life, or maybe we're at the end of that season and our kids are grown, what is our purpose? What are we here to do? What kind of vision do we want to have for our days? Who do we want to be? This one brings about peacefulness. This one leads our soul to sort of where it needs to be, and regardless of what season we're in. And I picked it today just to help guide our vision. So placing it on the third eye is a beautiful spot. And then push a little bit. Put your fingertips right in between the space of your brows. And this one can bring out sort of this sunny disposition in its sweetness. Beautiful, delicate flower of Roman chamomile. Beautiful. If you don't have Roman chamomile, a great substitution is sandalwood. And sandalwood's a beautiful oil to have for very similar reasons. It's a great meditation oil. It's great for skin. It's super calming. Either one is fine. Beautiful. Now bring your palms to touch and place your thumbs against your third eye. So palms are together in what's called Anjali Mudra, and your thumbs are pressing that pressure point of your third eye. If you've studied the sixth chakra with me, you know that we spend a lot of time pressing on this wisdom center, this idea of seeing without seeing with our eyes. So push there. You might even feel that there's some tingling that can happen when we put a little pressure on that third eye space. Start to tip your nose up. Beautiful. Keep your fingers there. Just lean back just a little bit. Beautiful. This offers our heart to be in alignment with that vision. Nice. Now straighten your spine. Bring your arms above your head, but keep your palms touching. I like to crisscross my thumbs here. And my head is sort of cradled between my biceps. Try to grow longer here. So we have this energy of reaching up towards the ceiling as our feet stay rooted. You'll take a breath in and then lean over to the right side, finding that crescent arch, that C shape of our spine. Beautiful. We're going to be here a bit. Go ahead and shift the weight over into the left hip, even into the left foot, on the outer edge of the left foot. So we feel this deep C shape starting to happen. Nice. You'll come back up to center. And then you'll reach over to the left and shifting the weight into the right hip, the outside of the right foot. This just is an opening posture. Remember, our spine moves in 6 directions, and it's so nice to sometimes come into these side body bends just to get back in touch after a flow, to come into this opening and quieting. Come back to center and lower your hands to your heart. It might be a great time now to open your eyes if they've been closed and find a spot on your floor about 3 feet in front of you. We're going to keep our hands pressed together. You can even keep your thumbs crossed. That keeps the palms sealed just a little bit more. And then finding that space about 3 feet in front of you. Maybe it's a little dust bunny on your wood floor, or a knot in your wood, or perhaps your carpeting or the edge of your yoga mat. But we put our mind there and our vision there. So everything on the periphery sort of just goes away. And this is called a drishti. It's where we are focusing on one thing, that lemon oil that we smelled, that oil of focus. And now we have this Roman chamomile or sandalwood, this beautiful, sweet oil, vision, insight. Start to lift your right knee up. Go slow here. And then lower your right foot. We're just going to work our balance a little bit. No big deal. Don't get too hung up on right or wrong. Inhale, right knee lifts. Exhale, it lowers. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, it lowers. Be patient here. Be patient. That's part of our vision here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And now inhale, lift, and stay. Remember, are we in alignment? Those thoughts we have when we come into a standing balance, they can immediately go into, you're not good at this. This is horrible. This is hard. I'm not. You are. We have to start speaking that language to ourselves about our vision. I am. And so when we choose a word for our year, we choose a theme, we speak it in a way as if it already is. If you want peacefulness in your life, start speaking that internal language of I am peace. Here on the mat in a standing balance, I am peace. Beautiful. So the right knee is high, palms sealed together at your heart. We're going to move through this. We're going to start to come into a parallel position. So start to hinge forward. Right leg's going to shoot behind you. We're coming into warrior 3. Left leg will be solid. The body becomes parallel to the floor. That vision, that drishti that you were looking at remains the same. You're looking at that spot on the floor. It hasn't moved. Now keep your eyes fixed there. It's okay if you're wobbling. We're going to come back with the right knee high. Go slow. Inhale. Come upright. Come upright. Bring your right knee through. Hold it. Settle here. Exhale. Keep your eyes focused. Drishti. I am. We're going to do that one more time. You ready? Take a breath in. Start to become parallel. Right leg goes back. Keep your eyes on that drishti, that focus point. Beautiful. Stay for a breath. And now here we go. Inhale. Bring your right knee through. Go slow. Go slow. Control it. Right knee goes up. And now lower your right foot and close your eyes. Important to close those windows and to return to breath. Let go of any thoughts that are not in alignment with who you want to be. Loving, kind, peaceful, powerful, at ease. Remember, we start to cultivate these thoughts on the mat. We show up with them off the mat. Beautiful. We have 2 sides. Maybe uncross your thumbs, cross them the other way, or press them a little bit harder at your heart. Let's take the left knee up. Find a drishti. Find it. Focus your eyes there. Open them. Exhale, lower the left foot. Try that again. Inhale, bring your left knee up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and stay. Beautiful. I am. Remember, start to think about off the mat. What do you want to cultivate? What do you want to create? Can you find it on the mat? Take a breath in. Bring your left leg behind you. Hinge forward, parallel. Eyes stays at that focus point, that drishti, that powerful gaze. Beautiful. Let's bring the left knee through. Go slow. Inhale. Sweep it through. Lift it high. Come right back to warrior 3. Yep, left leg goes long. Eyes stay at that focal point. Become parallel to the floor. One more time. Inhale, come up with the left knee. Stay here. Stay here. Now lower your left foot. Close the windows. Look inward. Look inward. See if you can actually feel the eyeballs going into that third eye of what do I want to create this year? Who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? What do I want to attract into my life? How do I want to grow this year? What is seeking to emerge? Breathe. Breathe. Go ahead and find your peppermint. Take a drop or 2 onto your fingertip. Rub it underneath your nose. Let it permeate. Let it come into your body. This beautiful, bright, one of my favorite oils to have. Powerful. This one, again, also helps support our respiratory function. This one can relieve some of that upset stomach that we can have. It freshens our breath, stimulating to the mind. Go ahead and take your finger that has a little bit of peppermint on it, put it right on your third eye. It's cooling. It also helps with reducing fevers naturally. So it's a great one to have in your medicine box. But let's talk emotionally. This one is the oil of the buoyant heart. This one wakes up our spirit. It lifts us up and it says, hey, let's see the bigger picture of life. Let's take a buoyant, open heart as we enter into this year. Let's breathe a little deeper this year. Let's open up to the potential of who we are. I picked it today to stimulate our mind and to our heart of what's to come, to open us up in this big and very buoyant way. Go ahead and open your arms up wide as you can. Palms go up. Thumbs are going to be to the back. Separate your feet just a little bit, about as wide as your hips. Maybe just a smidgen wider. And we're going to open up even bigger. Take your thumbs behind you. Feel that, what's just happening to your heart. Big, wide open heart. Lift your nose up. Feel the buoyancy, the spaciousness of your heart, the potential of who you are. Big and open. Now, flip your palms down, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers behind your back like you're weaving a basket with your hands. Drag your fingers down your backside, lean back as your nose rises. Beautiful. Feel the arch, feel the opening through your heart. Take a big breath in. And when you exhale, start to bend forward, bend your knees, forward fold. Keep your hands clasped. Most people like to have their hands rise up off of their low back and get this nice shoulder opener. For some of us, though, that just doesn't work. And so maybe the hands stay woven in a basket at your low back. You pick here. We're going to come into this a few times, so there's plenty of times to play with this a little bit. Nice. Now, if your hands are up, go ahead and lower them back to your low back. And then slip them apart. Stay in the fold, but let your hands come around to your feet. Get a little deeper. Nice. And then we're going to roll up slow. Rub your hands together. So we're going to have that peppermint aroma. Put them underneath your nose. Breathe in that beautiful, vibrant, opening aroma of peppermint. One of my favorites. Splay out your arms again wide like a star. Thumbs to the back, palms up, receiving all that's available. Close your eyes as you reach your spine back, lift your nose. Feel the openness leading through the beginning stages of this next season of our lives, this next year, with an openness, with a connection of who we want to be, how we want to show up in the world. And we find it here in this openness. Now, turn your palms down, interlace your hands again, dragging the knuckles down your backside, maybe arching the spine even more, lifting the heart. Take a breath in, and now fold forward, surrender into that. Maybe the hands rise up a little bit. Maybe they don't. Maybe they come up and over if your shoulders really like that opening. Either way is fine. Beautiful. Breathe. So nice. So nice. Nice. Lower your hands back to your low back. Unslip the basket. And slowly rise up. Go ahead and grab that little roller of In Tune. This one, I want you just to roll it right along your mustache and then up to your third eye. Make a few circles there. And then close your eyes. This beautiful blend is a blend of Western Indian sandalwood, patchouli, frankincense, lime, lang-lang, more sandalwood, and Roman chamomile. So we've had some repeats here. Roman chamomile shows up again. Frankincense is that wonderful oil of truth, and lime is the zest, but lime has a very powerful ability to help with focus. This is a blend of essential oils that is designed to relieve some anxiety that we can get when we have a lot of thoughts. And so this one is quieting down those thoughts to help us focus our energy and attention to a place within us where we can access that vision. This one can be sedating and harmonizing. It's wonderful for people who struggle with attention and struggle with maintaining focus and struggle with racing thoughts. This is a beautiful, beautiful blend to have on hand. This one helps support that homeostasis, or what's known as balance in the nervous system. I like to put this one down my spine if I'm feeling an exorbitant amount of stress and anxiety in my life. But again, emotionally, this is the oil of presence. This one calms the mind and promotes this meditative state. Remember, sandalwood and Roman chamomile are great choices for meditation and focusing inward. And then we have patchouli, which is a beautiful floral that helps us to kind of go in and become calm. This one helps us to stay grounded versus sort of that free-floating daydreaming that can turn into thoughts and thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. This one helps connect mind and body. And I chose it today to help us just focus inward as we close the practice here, to truly begin to listen to our own desires. So we have opened up our hearts, we have flowed, and we've stirred up the energy and detoxed and twisted and wrung it out. And now we're kind of coming into this presence again. We worked our balance. We're going to come into balance one more time here, but we're not going to flow through it. We're just going to hold it. So I want you to find that drishti again, that focus point. We're going to play with closing those windows of our eyes to see inward. But know that you can always keep the drishti and keep your eyes open. So go ahead and shift the weight into your left leg and begin to lift your right knee. Arms can stay down by your side. That helps with balance a little bit. You can even open them up a little bit away from your side body so that you have sort of this balance act happening. But right knee is going to go up. And now I want you to play with that drishti, that focus that our eyes are looking at. I want you to see with this oil of presence underneath your nose, this vision of your year ahead of you. Presence in the moment. Close your eyes. It's okay if you wobble. Come right back in. Open your eyes. Come right back in. Close them again. Play with it. Steadiness. Beautiful. Take a breath and lower your right foot. Keep your eyes closed and just breathe. Remember, it's really important in a balance to close the eyes between sides to let the brain recalibrate, rebalance. Find that homeostasis. Balance within. Find your drishti. Find that spot on the floor, a little maybe dust bunny. Gaze at it with fixed eyes. Shift the weight to your right leg. Lift your left knee. And when you feel that you have the balance, close your eyes. It's okay if you come out of it. We're just working through what goes on in the mind when we wobble physically. Where do we go? Can you come back to your vision? Come back to your vision. What do you want to create for your year? What is a theme, a thread that you would like to be woven through your tapestry? Perhaps it's success. What does that look like? Perhaps it's health, balance, service, openness, movement. You'll know when you land on the word. Take a breath, lower your left and close your eyes. Nice. Go ahead and bend your knees, grab your lavender and come all the way down to your back. Beautiful. Hug your knees in. Just hold on to that lavender for a moment. Release the back. Splay your arms out wide. Drop your knees over to the left. Get a nice twist here. Remember, twists are great for detoxing, really important after a lot of maybe different foods that we've been eating for the last 2 months. Come back up to center and then twist knees to the right. You'll come back up to center. Go ahead and just lower your feet to the floor. Keep your knees bent though, and your heels are going to be close to your backside, close to your bum. Go ahead and take your lavender and just smell it first. You either love it or you don't, but oftentimes when we smell pure lavender like this, it doesn't smell the way that we have become to know lavender. And a lot of that's because it's so synthetic, what we find in stores, but this is pure, beautiful lavender. And this one is widely used. We know this all over for calming and relaxing. It's great though for occasional skin irritations like a burn or a scrape or a cut. It's nice. It helps the skin recover quickly. So it's very soothing. But this is the oil of communication emotionally. And this one helps us to express our inner truth. So now take a little dab of that lavender again onto the third eye, along the mustache. And when you feel like you are breathing in enough of this sweet, fragrant, beautiful flower, go ahead and set it aside. Place your hand on your heart. Doesn't matter which. This beautiful aroma connects our heart with our voice. And oftentimes we know within us, in our heart, what we want. We struggle to speak it. And as we enter into a brand new year, I say speak it. Go after it. Write it down. Claim it. It's yours. Whatever it is, if you want it, it's yours. So listen to your heart. Be willing to speak your truth. It is so important for us to express what's in this open heart that we've worked at throughout this practice, alignment with the vision. And this one encourages us to be honest here and to step into this year with purpose. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees open. You can keep your hand on your heart and you can settle into your final landing spot for your practice. But before we slip into our Shavasana, I want to just go back and think about juniper berry for a moment. Juniper berry, remember, it helps us to let go of the toxins emotionally and physically so that we can flow. We started our practice there. We used lemon to bring a vibrancy as we began that sequence of opening and flowing and moving. We used Roman chamomile to guide our vision towards our life purpose, to find that connection within as we visioned through that balance series of lifting and warrior 3 and sweeping through. And then we used peppermint to find that buoyancy of our heart, and we opened up our heart so big. And then we used that beautiful blend, frankincense, sandalwood, lime, patchouli, ylang-ylang, called In Tune, to help us go within and to truly listen and focus on our inner desires. And of course, now we're finishing with lavender, which will help us as we finish our practice to communicate our life's vision as we move forward off the mat. So I want you to just take in all of the aromas, remembering that it's perfect to layer these beautiful plants. It's perfect to have them topically applied onto our skin, and knowing that they get into the bloodstream and they work beautifully internally that way, and emotionally they interact so well with our brain. And then I want you to take a really big breath in. And with an open mouth exhale, just let all of that go. You'll remember what you need to remember, but I want you to come back into just knowing the vision of what you want to create for the year. And perhaps lots of words are popping up into your mind, and let them, like popcorn popping, just let them. You'll settle in on one and you'll know. And when you know, that's where you do the work. You write that word down, you define it, you put it in important places, and you return to it day after day after day, and week after week, and month after month. And you start to find that thread that becomes your tapestry. And so as you come into this practice today, it's so beautiful that you spent time exploring the idea of vision and what you want to create for the year, and using these aromas to help facilitate that and bring together one. And as you unroll your mat and roll it back up again, as you finish this practice when you're ready, it's truly what we do off the mat that we start to find that alignment with our vision. We can be focused on the mat, and we can be kind to ourselves on the mat, and we can ease off and ease in and find that, but it's really what happens off the mat and how we show up, and are we in alignment? And so as you go forth into this year, a wonderful question to ask yourself is, what I'm about to do going to create the life I want? And then we pull in our word. Is what I'm about to say yes to in alignment with what I'm creating? And that's when we start to find power in creating a beautiful expression of our life. Thank you for showing up, for spending time with me, learning, exploring, visioning. I look forward to continuing this conversation in the weeks ahead through the month of January, and talking more in depth about your vision and what you want to create for the year. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Use your oils, put them on, breathe them in, and I'll talk to you really soon. Take care.